So you just deliver remarks, very, very powerful remarks. Uh, what is your message to Africans and also to the US?
Well, I talked about democracy and how the rule of a democratic dispensation can help us in development. And if we don't have democracy, really, we cannot have development. And when there's no development, there's a security gap that in turn you'll have the mushrooming of terrorism. So, and I also talked about how civil society has a role to play in all that. I gave examples of how laws promulgated were influenced by the civil society. So we need to do that together so that we can ensure that the marginalized are taken care of. And sometimes the marginalized are so obscure, you tend not to want to call them marginalized, but they are, like our women folk. The representation in the political space is very limited. So we need to do more to get those marginalized people, in particular women, in the political space. And I shared my own experiences from Botswana, where I talked about success in holding elections over the last 56 years and the inclusion of women. And the one thing that we are very proud of is that more than 50% of the senior positions in government are held by women, and we are very proud of that. There is work to be done. So, like I said, democracy is not perfect, but none is better. So we have to keep working on it. And I really wanted to appreciate the role that the civil society play in ensuring that we have a vibrant democracy and we gear ourselves up for development so that we can realize the Africa that we want.
You're here at the summit, the US African Leaders Summit. What do you hope that after this summit, what do you hope it will achieve between the relationship between the US and Africa?
Well, I think we must first realize what Africa has to offer. And it's very clear what Africa has to offer. We have an abundance of natural resources. Now we need to partner in innovation or in adding value to those resources. We need to be partners. We can no longer accept extractive relations. We have the best sunlight in Africa. So you have the technology to harness the sunlight to make energy. So we must have a stake. And any intellectual property derived out of using that resource, we need to be party to it. The same with our minerals. We must be party. So you realize if we are party to that, the mobility that you see of Africans migrating to other countries will reduce. Yes, we will not lose people at sea because they're desperately looking for a better life elsewhere, whilst they have the requisite resources to sustain them. That's my hope as we engage with the Americans, that Africa has a lot to offer. We have the youngest population in the world, 1.3 billion strong. So I think with that, we should be able to achieve prosperity for all. That's why Agenda 2063 and my own vision 2036 talks to that. And we need not leave anyone behind.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.